In this episode 15 of 65 Bits, we're going to be talking about Firefox 2.0.03.
Google Notebook has been updated.
And the new Apple TV has been hacked, apparently.
Command & Conquer 3 has been released in Singapore and around the world.
And the Sony Ericsson Z750 and the W580i has been released.
Lastly, the Xbox 360 HD-DVD drive.
It's the week of 31st March 2007. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Jerrick.
And you're listening to 65 Bits, episode number 15.
That's right.
Actually, you're watching this as well, because this is our first 65 Bits episode on video.
So we're going to be posting it up on YouTube, our 65 Bits channel.
So those of you who are actually listening to our normal podcast on the feed, you can actually go to youtube.com/65bits, and that's where you can actually watch the video edition of this podcast. So,
now, today is the day before April Fool's Day, and we thought it would be a cliche if we did do a prank. So what we're doing is we're saving the prank for the future.
Why can't you save a prank?
We have to tell them that we're gonna, so that they will be like on the watch. You know, it's like, are they faking it? Did they really release a new iPod? Did they really release a new Apple TV?
All right. Okay, let's get on with the news. So this week, Firefox came out with a new version, 2.0.03.
That's right. Minor updates.
Really minor
mainly security and stuff like that.
Security fixes. And yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. I mean, in other Firefox news, I mean, they're losing growth. They're basically slowing down in terms of growth, and that's the only thing. I mean, partly because of the emergence of Internet Explorer 7.
Actually, Internet Explorer 7 is not bad though. I still feel it's
I
good.
actually use it quite a bit. I mean, especially for things like running Hotmail, live Hotmail now, what's called.
That's right.
And stuff like that. So it actually is not that bad, Internet Explorer 7.
The thing that is actually keeping me on Firefox right now is actually all the plugins.
Yeah, because once you start using them, you can't stop.
Right. Like, no, I have my bookmarking,
exactly.
synchronizing computers and all that. So yeah, that's the thing.
That's really the only thing that's keeping me on Firefox.
That's right.
But it's a very important thing.
Yeah, it's an important thing. That's right. So yeah, on the next news, Google Notebook has been updated.
For those of you who have not seen it, have not used it, it's a good time to check it out. The new user interface is very really nice.
If only I can show you. Yeah. So we actually use Google Notebook a lot. That's why we actually mentioned this, and we actually know that it's been updated. There wasn't any official
release
about it, but
actually, did you know that Live Hotmail was also updated recently?
Is it?
The beta, at least. The beta has been updated. So now the interface is very nice.
Windows Mail Live.
And some of the old bugs, some of the old problems with the old one were fixed.
Yeah, in the Google Notebook's case, originally there were some issues with Firefox, and now everything's working.
Fixed.
It's really user-friendly. It's a really amazing program to use for collaboration.
It's not even a program. It's more like a
online application.
Web 2.0.
There's actually a plugin for Internet Explorer as well as Firefox that allows you to clip things off whatever you're browsing right now and put it straight away into your notes so you collaborate.
A bit like OneNote.
Yeah, it's a bit
but
like
works better.
You know, it's a lot. How do you call it? Toned down, less stuff. What's the word?
Yeah, too much. Less overinflation.
Yeah, so
or whatever you want to call it.
It's a really good program. You should check it out. Google.com/notebook.
Next up on our news, we have Apple TV has been hacked, and we all knew it was going to happen. Of course. The key thing I think is that it allows the user to use its USB port, which previously had no use except for servicing. Yeah.
What they did was actually there were several things that they did. One of the few things is they opened it up. They changed the hard drive from 40 gigabytes to 120 gigabytes. They tried to redo the software inside there, load new software into the Apple TV, so they can load their
Which is the thing. I mean, it's Unix, so you can do anything you want to it.
Mac OS X in particular, so they run software on top of it.
Yeah.
One funny thing somebody did was he opened it up, took the hard drive, plugged it into a MacBook, and did some hacking here and there, dragged some,
and then allowed you to work.
And actually, got the Apple TV software to run on the Mac. You know what's the funny thing about it? Is that it completely replaces Mac OS X Tiger in the sense that when the guy turns on his MacBook, it becomes an Apple TV and an Apple TV only.
Cool.
But actually, what's the point of? I mean, it's a proof of concept, lah. I mean,
of course. And I mean, sometimes some people might want to do that in the future. I don't know. Whatever. So, it's a 40 gig hard drive.
One thing is that the Apple TV only has one USB port, so yeah. You
Yeah,
can
it
only
does
plug
pose some problems.
one
Is it
device
plugging
at
in
one
and
time,
plugging
yeah.
out? But I mean, sometimes nowadays with multi-function stuff, who knows?
Yeah, but
I mean, a lot of this is theoretical because it's not Apple sanctioned. If you're gonna hack your Apple TV, you're gonna void your warranty. That's the thing.
But the thing is, the people who actually do this,
They don't care.
So
They will troubleshoot themselves. They will build their own Apple TV. Crying out loud.
So we were talking about Apple TV last week, and some of the things we actually talked about after the show. We just sit down and chat about it. We were saying that one thing about the Apple TV that actually will make it really do well is if it adds a DVR functionality,
a digital video recorder.
So it becomes like a VCR of a sort.
Or TiVo, for those of you in the United States. And I mean, it's very, very important, I think, because
especially for international the
markets, because you cannot download many movies off the Apple Store. You can't
download any.
I mean, I'm talking about around the world, but in Singapore you can't do that, and you can't even download any songs.
Movies and TV shows is only in the States, right?
I think you can download movies in the UK or something like that. But anyway, the bottom line is that outside of Europe and US and Japan and Australia, you really, really have no choice if you're using iPods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the Apple TV is quite useless without DivX, without DVR recording function. I mean, what's even the point of even having it here? Unless you had a lot of .mov files.
That doesn't mean we still don't want one.
Of course.
Hint, hint.
Send us one.
Right.
We'll post our addresses.
So that's the news about the Apple TV.
Yeah.
You notice
good stuff, but
you notice that this kind of things only happen to Apple products. It's a good thing, People only hack the iPod. You don't see people hacking the Creative Zen,
Or the Zune.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's
good for us.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good to even know that it exists.
The people, the really the geeks out there, they care about the Apple TV.
Which is good. Which is all good, I think.
Okay,
so next up, this is for me. I bought a Xbox 360 HD-DVD.
In other words, it's in Singapore right now.
Yes.
How much did you get it for?
I got it at $299.95.
$300.
Yeah, $300
for 300
at HMV in Singapore. Now, there's only one other new unit left when I saw it, and I think it's probably sold already. The bottom line is, this thing is really, really good. And I think this is the most important thing. For HD DVDs, if you were to play even a movie from the 70s, it all looks crystal clear. It all looks like the day it was
we watched it just now.
And good. I mean, as everyone says, it's all hype, but it really isn't. It's just really something that's quite incredible. Of course, Blu-ray is your competitor, and I think it probably looks the same. To be honest. So
we were just looking at it, and Jerrick was just showing me some of the new menu systems. They're actually
for this particular movie, the Goodfellas. I'm not sure for the rest of them. The menu is integrated into the movie itself, so you actually.
I think there's something that's across the board. I think.
Yeah, it actually pops up from the bottom of your screen, as in you can make scene selections and whatnot, and there isn't a menu in
a
DVD.
So it's a bit like having an intro. Isn't a menu a good thing sometimes?
It is. I actually like it, but it's good to be watching your movie and in the middle of it be able to say, I want to listen to this in French, and you can just change it to French. Or
in other words, it kind of replaces in your DVD player's menu itself.
Exactly. You don't have to go out of the movie to control whatever you want to control.
That's good.
Yeah.
I just noticed the case. It's quite a bit different.
Exactly, and that's the thing about HD DVD and Blu-ray, as a matter of fact, is that they have a different size. Now, to compare, it's slightly shorter, and it's a little bit thinner, or at least the quality of the plastic is a bit different.
It's transparent. Are all the cases like this?
All the cases I've seen so far are like this, are clear.
How about Blu-ray? Have you seen any Blu-ray disc cases?
Yes, I have seen Blu-ray discs at HMV as well. They're blue in color, obviously, and